I come in peace. It's Dionne. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We have another practice for the yamas and niyamas, yoga beyond the mat, Svadhyaya, or self-study. So this is probably my favorite out of the yamas and niyamas because self-study is all about tuning inward. So when we practice Svadhyaya, it is asking us to not look at ourselves with judgment, but curiosity. Svadhyaya asks us to notice our thoughts, our habits, our emotions, our patterns, so that way we can better understand ourselves. So that way we can really and truly learn who we are as a person. Svadhyaya asks us to not look at ourselves as something to fix, but simply as something to notice, to be aware, to be present within our bodies, within our spirits. So thank you so much for joining me here today. Please remember to leave a like, comment, or share this video if you found it to be beneficial in any way. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get started. So in this moment, you may notice that your mind begins to wander or simply drift, and I'll invite you just to bring your awareness back to your breathing. Using your inhale to expand and your exhale to soften. When you're ready, we'll gently open the eyes and begin some gentle neck rolls. Let's start by bringing that right ear over the right shoulder. Again, just notice how you feel. Take a deep breath in, use your exhale to roll through center, tucking chin to chest, bringing left ear over left shoulder. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, release back through center. Let's do this a few more times here, gently rocking from the left to right side. Breathing deep into the belly, and just allowing ourselves to simply be within our bodies, releasing all tension and stress within the body. As we notice any sensations starting to pop up, just allow them to rise and allow them to pass. So when we practice Svadhyaya or self-study, it's not at all about perfection, but it's just simply about noticing. Simply being, bringing awareness to ourselves and who we are. So you might quietly ask yourself, who are you, or who am I? When you're ready, let's sit up nice and tall, nice tall spine. Inhale, breathe in, and exhale. Let's move on to hands and knees. Then take a child's pose. Coming into child's pose, let's bring the big toes to touch, knees nice and wide. Send the hips back, bow the head forward as you extend the hands towards that front edge of the yoga mat. And just allow your body to soften into Balasana, child's pose. Allow your body to grow heavy in the posture. So for this practice, we're taking it nice and slow and just really tuning in how the body is feeling today. So it's not about performance, it's about presence. Accepting yourself as you are, or accepting that you may still have room to grow, as we all do in this practice. We'll take 3 more rounds of breath in your child's pose. When you're ready, inhale, breathe it in. Use your exhale to slowly release us. Come out of child's pose here. Okay, let's keep the big toes to touch and the knees nice and wide. Let's bring that left hand to center. Inhale, right hand to sky. Breathe in, open through the heart space. Use your exhale to thread your needle all the way through. Let's settle on to outer right ear, right shoulder. Now that left hand can stay beside the face, or it may extend towards the front edge of the yoga mat past the crown. As you do this, take your gaze up towards the sky. Feel the rotation in the shoulders. Deep breaths. Creating space in the body here. Again, notice how you feel. When you're ready, inhale. Use your exhale to unwind, unthread your needle. Inhale, right hand to sky, reach up, big breath in. And exhale, right hand down to center. We switch, inhale, left hand to sky. Expand through the heart space. Use your exhale to thread your needle all the way through. Settle onto outer left ear, left shoulder. Deep breaths. You may notice how the side feels a bit different from the other. You may notice if you're holding on to any tension within the body and just see where you can soften. Find ease as we thread your needle. Inhale, breathe in. Use your exhale to release. Unwind, unthread your needle. Inhale, left hand to sky, big breath. And exhale, hands down to center. Undo the toes, bring the knees in line with the hips. Nice flat back, neutral spine. We're in our tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up towards the sky. Use your exhale, round it through chin to chest. So we're working through some cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly for your cow pose. Breathe in. Use your exhale, round it through the spine for cats. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round and release. So let's do this a few more breaths at your own pace. And as you transition from your cat to cow, I'll invite you to really slow it down here so you can tune in to how you feel within the body. Just meeting yourself where you're at today on the yoga mat. This is not about challenging or perfection or fixing. It's just about simply accepting our body as it is, accepting our practice as it is. When you're ready, let's come to a nice flat back, nice neutral spine. Let's go ahead and walk the hands forward just a bit. Curl the toes under, lift the hips high up and back. We're in downward facing dog. Just for a few breaths here. Go ahead and pedal the feet, walk it out. You can have a nice wide stance in your downward dog for stability. Bend the knees as much as you need. Bring the belly close to the top of the thighs. A few breaths here. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, sigh it out. Let's bring that left foot to center. Inhale, right foot to sky. Use your exhale, let's bring it through for pigeon pose. So we take a bend at the right knee. Lengthen nice and long through that back left leg. Now you need a strong back leg in your pigeon pose, so let's check and make sure we're straight and center here. Take as much time as you need to on the palms as you begin to settle some weight onto the hips. You might gently begin to walk the hands back closer towards the body. As you do this, inhale, breathe in, lift through the chest, gaze up towards the sky. Use your exhale to bow and fold over the knee. Now, if we're not quite here in the fold, stay lifted in the chest. If you're in the fold, you can come onto the forearms. Just a few breaths here in your pigeon pose. Breathing deep into the belly, nice full body breath. Allow yourself to surrender. In these moments of silence, as we hold these poses, you might ask yourself, where have I been holding on to too much? Where can I release and let it go? Or where have I been a bit too hard on myself? And how can I invite in a bit more love, a bit more compassion, a bit more grace, a bit more understanding? When you're ready, we'll slowly release. Let's bring our palms back to earth as we lift the chest. We curl the left toes under, send it back to downward facing dog. Grounding through that right foot, inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, bring it through for your pigeon. Bending at the left knee, nice and long through that back right leg. Take as much time as you need here, settling onto the hips. When you're ready, inhale, breathe it in, lift the chest. Use your exhale to bow and fold. Just a few more breaths here. When you're ready, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Use your exhale, break the pose, curl the right toes under, send it back, downward facing dog, hips high, up and back. Go ahead and slowly drop the knees down to earth. Let's come to stand on the knees in line with the hips. Feet are nice and flat, or for more stability, you can curl the toes under. We're setting up for camel pose. Let's bring our hands to our lower back for support. Using an inhale, push the hips forward as you open through the chest and take your gaze back into space. You can stay here with the hands at the lower back, or if you prefer, and you want something a bit deeper, we'll gently drop the fingertips down to the heels or to the ankles. Remember your breath and remember to breathe. When you're ready, we release Balasana, Child's Pose. Let's slowly lift the hips, swing the feet around. Let's come onto our bums, find a seat with the legs forward, knees are gently bent. Inhale, arms up, staff pose. Exhale, bow and fold for a seated forward fold. So now here, keep an active flex in the toes towards the face. Bend the knees as much as you need to. If your legs are totally straight, that's awesome. If we're not there, and that's okay, bend the knees. Bring the belly close to the thighs and try to grab your toes like that. A few breaths here as you bow the head down towards the knees. Notice your breathing, notice how you feel. Notice how you are in this moment. When you're ready, let's really sit up nice and tall. Keep the left leg straight. Let's bring the right heel in. Let's bring the right hand onto the yoga mat behind us, nice and firm, planted against the earth. Let's use an inhale to lift the hips. So we spin on the inner left foot. We lift the hips. Taking a big breath in. Getting a nice stretch through that left side body. Taking our gaze back into space. Inhale, breathe in. Use your exhale, release. Hips down to earth. Let's switch. Extend the right leg, bring that left heel in, left hand onto the yoga mat behind us. When you're ready, inhale, lift the hips, spinning on the inner right foot. Find an exhale to release. Great work, everybody. Awesome job. Let's bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly pose. Interlace the fingertips and cup them over the toes. Bringing the heels closer in towards the body is a deeper stretch. If you need something a bit less, you can bring them further away. Okay? You can also grip onto the ankles if that's easier. Just a few breaths here. You might gently close the eyes and find some movement here in your butterfly pose. If you have the eyes closed, I will invite you to picture what color are your butterfly wings. I think today mine are a rainbow. When you're ready, inhale, breathe in. Use your exhale, find stillness, and tuck the chin towards the chest here. If you want a deeper stretch, bend the elbows, bringing the nose closer and closer towards the toes. Breathing deep. When you're ready, inhale. And exhale, let's sit up nice and tall. Let's come onto our backs, hug the knees in towards the chest. Gentle rock side to side. Let's keep the right knee hugged in, extend the left leg nice and long. Inhale here, exhale, supine twist. Drop that right knee down over to the left. Take your gaze past the right shoulder. We're just here for a few breaths. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, release, and switch. Extend the right leg, pull that left knee into chest. Inhale, breathe in, use your exhale, supine twist. Take your gaze past that left shoulder. When you're ready, let's release back through center and we'll take on Shavasana. Arms and legs are nice and long. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and roll onto one side to gently press our way up back to Sukhasana. Let's sit up nice and tall to close our practice. We'll bring the palms together at heart center. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Gently bow the head. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. It is always such an honor to hold this space for you, with you, together. May you know love, see love, feel love, and be love. Until we meet again. Namaste.